the Pisces, it includes three classes. The three important classes of Pisces are class Placodermi, class Chondrichthyes, class Osteichthyes. The placoderms are extinct fish. In placoderms, the entire body is enclosed in a bony armor. The scales and bony plates are fused to form a rigid shell called bony armor. They are marine and freshwater. Some are marine and some of them are freshwater. Paid fins are absent. They have got only unpaid fins or median fins now. The placoderms, they evolved during Silurian period. In fact, all other fish also evolved during Silurian period, and they became extinct by Mesozoic era. They became extinct before the commencement of Mesozoic era. The placoderms gave rise to Chondrichthyes. The examples for placodermy are Dunkleosteus. Dunkleosteus is the most important example for placodermy. Dunkleosteus. This is about the placodermy. Now, class Chondrichthyes, it includes cartilage fish. We have done at length the general characters of Chondrichthyes also, along with the bony fish Chondrichthyes, all of them are marine I'll just brush it up once again what you had learned in the previous classes. Okay, all of them are exclusively marine. It includes three groups, three kinds of fish are placed under this: sharks, rays, and skates. On the basis of morphological features, you can divide them into three types: sharks, rays, and skates. All are marine. They have got placoid scales as an exoskeleton, which are also called dermal denticles. Caudal fin is heterocercal in them. Endoskeleton is cartilaginous. The intestine has a spiral valve. The alimentary canal opens to exterior through cloaca. Then they have got which one here now? The two-chambered heart, as you find in other fish. But instead of bulbous arteriosus, cartilage fish have conus arteriosus. 5 to 7 pairs of gills are present, and the gills are naked without any operculum. And in some of the cartilage fish spiracle is present in front of the gills. Spiracle is an aperture that helps in respiration, lies in front of the gills. And cartilage fish, air bladder and axillary respiratory organs are absent. The gill lamellae are plate-like or lamelliform. Okay. Then there are kidneys are mesonephric, and the pelvic fins are modified into claspers. Fertilization is internal. Okay, liver is bilobed in them. Okay, then fertilization is internal in sharks. Now this Chondrichthyes, class Chondrichthyes is divided into two subclasses. Subclass Elasmobranchi and subclass Holocephali. The Elasmobranchi includes two important orders: order Pleurotremata and order Hypotremata. Pleurotremata, it includes sharks. Gills are laterally placed. The spiracle lies in front of the gills. Caudal fin is typical heterocercal. Okay, due to the presence of gills lateral side, they are called pleuro. Pleuro implies lateral, tremata openings. All the gills are laterally placed. They are all pleurotrematans. The example for pleurotremata, I shall do examples later on. Now, characters, suppose you take hypotremata. Hypotremata includes rays and skates. Gills are ventral. Here gills are lateral, in this group gills are ventral. Spiracle is dorsal. Caudal fin is whip-like. Caudal fin is tapered or whip-like. Now we differentiate between pleurotremata and hypotremata here now. Now I shall give examples for pleurotremata and hypotremata. Pleurotremata, scoliodon, commonly called dogfish. Scoliodon is commonly called the most common shark is the scoliodon here now. From the scales and skin of this, a byproduct called shagreen is extracted. From the scales and skin of this fish here now, byproduct called shagreen is extracted, is used as an abrasive. Then you have next one, stygostoma, tiger shark or zebra shark. The next we have another example, carcharodon. Carcharodon. The next one is rhinodon, which is the largest fish here now, commonly called whale shark. The next you have Hexanchus. It is a shark with 6 pairs of gills. Then you have Heptanchus. It is a shark with 7 pairs of gills. Chlamydoselachus. It is a shark with operculum, the only shark with operculum. Pisces, sawfish. Zygena, or it is also called Spirna. Zygena or Spirna is commonly called hammer-headed shark. So all these belong to pleurotremata here now. Scoliodon, commonly called dogfish. Stygostoma, tiger shark or zebra shark. Carcharodon, Carcharinus, the one which lives in Ganges here now. Rhinodon, the largest fish, commonly called whale shark. Hexanchus, Heptanchus are the sharks with 6 pairs and 7 pairs of gills respectively. Chlamydoselachus is the shark, is the only fish, with only cartilage fish with operculum. Zygena or Spirna, commonly called hammer-headed shark. Pisces, sawfish, all of them belong to pleurotremata. The examples for hypotremata, as I said, it includes rays and skates here now. Hypotremata. Number 1, trigon, commonly called stingray, where the caudal fin is modified into a long whip-like tapered structure with a poisonous sting here now. The next you have torpedo. Another example, narcine. Torpedo and narcine are commonly called electric rays. In electric rays here now, the pectoral or dorsal muscles are modified into electric organs. EAMCET point of view and other exam point of view, it is important here now. The muscles present near the pectoral fins, that is pectoral or dorsal muscles, are modified into electric organs here now. Then next you have another example, eagle ray. Another example, rhinobatus. Guitar fish. Rhinobatus, commonly called guitar fish, the kind of skate, also called common Indian skate. Common Indian skate. So all these are the examples for hypotremata here now. Trigon, stingray, torpedo and narcine, electric rays. Mylobatus, eagle ray. Rhinobatus, commonly called guitar fish, or common Indian skate. Now the holocephali, it includes the best example, camera, Camera is commonly called rabbit fish or rat fish. This is the connecting link between chondrichthyes and osteichthyes, Connecting link between osteichthyes and chondrichthyes. Connecting link between camera, that belongs to holocephali. It comes under the class chondrichthyes. As I made a mention, chondrichthyes is divided into two subclasses, elasmobranchi and holocephali. So the best example for holocephali is camera, commonly called rabbit fish or rat fish. It is a connecting link between osteichthyes and chondrichthyes. That is, besides the cartilage fish characters, it exhibits even bony fish characters also, like presence of operculum, so on and so forth. The characteristic features of osteichthyes also you have learned at length here now. Shall brush up once again the most important characters. This osteichthyes, there is bony fish or marine or freshwater or brackish water. Caudal fin is difficircle or homocircle, and primitive bony fish, even heterocircle caudal fin is also present. Scales are cycloid, ctenoid, ganoid, cosmoid here now. The number of gills is 4 pairs and gills are covered by operculum. And in advanced osteichthyes, that is teleoste, spiracle is completely absent, it is present only in the lower ones. Spiral valve is absent in the teleoste, present in the primitive bony fish here now. Endoskeleton is bony in them. Heart has bulbous arteriosus instead of conus arteriosus. They are all amonotelic here now, instead of eliminating urea. Now to overcome exosmosis, they synthesize TMO, to increase the concentration of blood and to maintain with that of the surrounding medium here now. They are all oviparous here now, fertilization is external in them. Ampulla of Lorenzini is absent here now, but however, they got a sense organ called lateral line system or neuromast system here now. And in the respiratory system, besides gills, they have got air bladder that acts as hydrostatic organ, and axillary respiratory organs are present in some of the bony fish, which enable them to gulp in atmospheric air whenever there is a desiccation of the legs. Now the class osteichthyes is divided into 3 subclasses. Subclass Acanthodi, subclass Sarcopterygi, subclass Actinopterygi. So they are the 3 subclasses placed under osteichthyes. Now Acanthodi, once again they are extinct here now. They became extinct by Permian. A spiracle and spiral valve both are present here now. They became extinct by Permian. Now they gave rise to bony fish. They gave rise to all the other bony fish. The example for this, Climatius, and Diplocanthus. Climatius and Diplocanthus are the examples for Acanthodi. Now, the subclass Sarcopterygi, they are commonly called lobe-finned fish now. They are commonly called lobe-finned fish. Most of them have difficircle type of caudal fin. Difficircle type of caudal fin is present, and they have either cosmoid or cycloid scales. Cosmoid or cycloid type of scales are present. Internal nostrils are noticed for the first time in this. That's why the Sarcopterygians are also called Coenichthyans. They are also called Coenichthyan fish due to presence of internal nostril here now. Then the Sarcopterygi is divided into 2 orders. Order Crossopterygi and order Dipnoi. Crossopterygiae and Dipnoi. Order Crossopterygiae is divided into two suborders. Suborder Rhipidistia and suborder Coelocanthini. Sarcopterygiae subclass is divided into two orders. Order Crossopterygiae and Dipnoi. Order Crossopterygiae is divided into two suborders Rhipidistia and Coelocanthini here now. Now Rhipidistia is represented by Eusthenopteron. The best example for this Rhipidistia is Eusthenopteron, which acts as a missing link between fish and amphibia. The Rhiphidistian fish gave rise to amphibia towards end of Devonian period. They gave rise to amphibia towards end of Devonian period here now. Okay, the example for Rhipidistia, the best example is Eusthenopteron, which is also considered as a missing link between fish and amphibia. Then the Coelocanthini, where the fin rays are hollow, that's why it is called Coelocanthini here now. The Coelocanthini members were abundantly present during Mesozoic period. Then after Mesozoic, they were not noticed. Most of the scientists were also under the impression that they had become extinct. But in the year 1938, December 22nd, a fish was caught along the east coast of South Africa. Fish was caught along the east coast of South Africa. They named it Latimeria cholumnae. Latimeria cholumnae. It was identified by the zoo curator Miss Courtney Latimer and Professor J.L.B. Smith. Smith named this after Latimer as Latimeria cholumnae. This Latimeria cholumnae is considered as living fossil of fish. Living fossil of fish. Then later on in 1939, they found another fish called Melania anjoni. 1939, December 30th, another fish was identified. It was caught. Okay, they named it Melania anjoni. Then recently, 1997, also a fish called Latimeria menadoyensis was caught in the year 1997, recently here now. So this fish is considered as living fossil of fish here now. It has got a trilobed difficircle caudal fin. It has got cycloid scales. The air bladder is deposited with fat here now. Then it has all the fins are pedunculated except first dorsal. In this particular fish, all the fins are pedunculated except first dorsal. It is about 1.5 meters long. Okay, it is about steel blue in color with cycloid scales all over the body here now. Okay, that is the significance of Coelocanthini here now. The order Dipnoi, the most important group of fish here now, it includes lungfish, where air bladder is modified into lung here now. Dipnoians exhibit discontinuous distribution. They exhibit discontinuous distribution, that is not found all over the world, confined to only 3 parts of the world: America, Africa and Australia. They have got difficircle caudal fin. Difficircle caudal fin is present. Scales are cycloid. Scales are cycloid. Internal nostrils are present. Internal nostrils are present. That's why they are also called Coenichthyans now. Intestine has a spiral valve. Spiral valve is present in the intestine. Heart has got partially divided auricle. Partially divided auricle and a single ventricle. Partially divided auricle and a single ventricle here now. Then they have got both lungs and gills. Both lungs and gills are present for respiration. Now the Dipnoi, Roma, scientist Roma, called dipnoids uncles of amphibia. Called dipnoids uncles of amphibia. Because of certain amphibian characters reflected in this group here now, he called the dipnoids uncles of amphibia. They are all freshwater fish. Freshwater inhabitants, you know. Now the important examples for dipnoi. Now dipnoi here now, the important examples for dipnoi. Number one, Protapterus. Protapterus is commonly called African lungfish. It lives in Nile, Senegal and Tanganyika rivers of South Africa. Nile, Senegal and Tanganyika rivers of South Africa. Protapterus undergoes estivation. It has got thread-like pectoral and pelvic fins. Thread-like pectoral and pelvic fins. And caudal fin is difficircle. Scales are cycloid. Then it has got two lungs. Two lungs are present. That is Protapterus, you know. Then second example you have Neoceratodus. Neoceratodus, you know, it is commonly called Australian lungfish or Burnet salmon. Burnet salmon because it lives in Salmon and Mary rivers. Mary rivers of Queensland, Australia. That's why we call Burnet salmon or Australian lungfish, you know. Even this fish has two lungs. The next you have another example, Lepidosiren. Lepidosiren is commonly called American lungfish. It lives in river Amazon. It has got a single lung. It has got a single lung. So the entire dipnoi is represented by only three genera. The most important point, EAMCET point of view, or other exams, competitive exams, you know, where you may get even the common names also sometimes, or sometimes they may ask the unique characters of these three fish, you know. So one is Protapterus, commonly called African lungfish, you know. Then Neoceratodus, Australian lungfish or Burnet salmon. Then the other one is Lepidosiren, lives in Amazon river of South America, commonly called American lungfish. These two fish have two lungs each, whereas in Lepidosiren, you know, only one lung is present, you know.